Well, welcome back to Lucore Automotive Services. Today, we're going to do something a little different. We had a customer call us and say, I got the dealerships telling me that I need an engine in my 2020 Toyota with 62,000 miles on it. I'm like, that's unlikely. Like, did you drive it there? Yeah, we drove it there. So, let's find out what's going on with this thing, because Toyotas are kind of known for being reliable and not launching engines for no reason. So are they having a problem like GM, or they're just spitting rods out because they can? I don't know. Most of you guys know us because of hot rod and muscle car stuff, race car, no prep, all that stuff, and we appreciate you coming along for the ride. It's been a fun journey. We're at 45,000 subscribers now, which is pretty amazing. Never thought that was going to be a thing. Although I also never thought I was going to be doing YouTube channel stuff to share what we do in the shop for, you know, people to see. But, you know, this is the new world, right? So, it fires right up. It doesn't rattle or pop or bang or have rods hammering in it. We had her tow it here because she was told low oil pressure light when coming to a stop. So is the oil low? Because when the car's hot and you're coming to a stop and the oil's low, it could do that. But I'm not hearing anything of concern. I'd hate to. Sounds like it needs brakes, although it may have been sitting, so that might just be lot rot. Needless to say, I'm sure she was quite unhappy to hear that she needed a $15,000 engine. The price of modern repairs is out of control. You used to be able to put an engine in a car for a new engine, like a remanufactured engine. You used to be able to get like a reman engine for like $5,000. We've done a lot of Infinities here. We're kind of known for doing Infinity QX80 V8 timing chains at this little shop here in Plain City, Ohio. And we've replaced a few of them, usually used, because a new engine for one of those Infinities is $14,000 for a long block, which means you still have to transfer all the parts and all the gaskets and all that stuff. So you're easily $20,000 to fix one of those vehicles. And it's just exorbitant. Now, granted, it was, you know, an 80,000 mile or $80,000 vehicle when it was new, but still. And the new one is a 6-cylinder twin turbo, and it's $110,000 for the 2025 QX80 and up. So we'll see where that goes. I can't comprehend buying a house and having a car payment as such. So, but that's me. I must live in a different world than some people. So it runs, it drives, coming to a stop, and the oil light comes on. Well, we're going to check it for oil leaks. Let me get this thing on the rack. Let's see what we can find out. 65,828 miles. Toyota Highlander. It has a sticker in it. Oil change is due at 71,080. Or 5/22 of 26. So it just had an oil change done at a different shop than who told them it needs an engine. It's not full, but it's in the range of acceptability. So that's not a problem. So the oil light comes on when coming to a stop. 0-20. Does it have the right oil filter? Lots of questions on this one. Not looking like any leaks. Pretty clean car underneath, actually, as it should be. It's only 6 years old, 5 years old. 6 years old, something like that. All-wheel drive, electric rear e-brakes. Don't really care for those, but that's the world we live in. Not much corrosion. Not seeing any major leaks. Let's figure out what we got to figure out, shall we? Well, I think it's easy enough to pull the lower pan off, and if there's any debris in it, we'll know.
Yeah, I think everybody went to basically them designs anymore, or a lot of them.
Yeah. I don't know if this is an oil level or oil pressure. I guess that's an oil level sensor there, and it looks like it was just replaced. All right, well, another day is come and gone. Well, the story on this 2020 Toyota Highlander does not get better with time. I came in this morning, let it sit, and then I took it for a drive this morning out onto the freeway, and I didn't really see anything wrong. By the time I got back, still didn't have anything wrong. I came to a complete stop, and boom, the dash lit up bright red. Pull over to a safe area and turn vehicle off, no oil pressure. And as soon as I started to pull forward, that went away. So the theory is that these 3.5 V6 engines use oil squirters that squirt the bottoms of the pistons, but they only do this at higher RPM. They have a check ball and a spring that closes those oil squirters off when it's at lower operating RPMs and lower oil pressure. That way you don't have just open jets dumping oil pressure. And those are what we are figuring excuse me, is the cause of our problem on this car. The dealer gave an exorbitant estimate for repair to replace the engine. She wanted a second opinion, so this went over to the North End Wrench. Those guys actually did an oil pressure test, and they could see the oil pressure drop to under 3 psi, and the dealership said there was debris, bearing material in the oil filter. So as it sits, this is a 65,000 mile car, and it needs an engine. And she's okay with doing an engine. She looked around at other vehicles, and she's not sold on the hybrids. She really likes this car because it's a V6. So she's on board with us to put a new engine in this thing. Now, we're not going to put a new engine in it. We're going to put a used engine in it. We found one at the local salvage yard. It's a 35,000 mile unit, and it should serve her very well. I'll be interested to know if Toyota comes out with any changes to their oil viscosity choices on this engine. I believe this one's a 0.20. I'm not sure. I haven't looked at what the actual weight of the oil is supposed to be for this car, but I'll be interested to know if they change their specifications of what they want to see in this thing. The good news is the car runs and drives and does everything it's supposed to. I mean, it should. It's only got 65,000 miles on it, and it's a Toyota. Like, Toyota's whole shtick is reliable, safe cars that last forever. But, unfortunately, this one needs an engine, and we have already contacted the salvage yard that we use. They provide a 3-year unlimited warranty on some of their stuff. I'm not sure what this one's going to have, but it protects the customer, it protects us. If there's a problem with it, the salvage yard will provide us with another engine, and they will pay the labor to install it. So it protects the customer, it protects the shop, and that way if there's anything wrong, there's a silver lining, so to speak, to the situation. Hopefully we won't have any problems with the new engine, but that's always something in the back of your mind. Are you going to do this job twice because you get a bad part? That's why we don't like using used parts, but sometimes you got to do what you got to do. When an engine is exceptionally expensive, like the Infiniti QX80s, that engine, long block, so you still have to buy gaskets and seals and consumable parts. That engine's $15,000. I have not quoted what a new V6 long block would be from Toyota. I'm sure it's $10 or $15 or $20,000. I don't know. It's not something I have any desire to look into either, but I'm sure it's not cheap. So we'll do what we can do to save the customer money where we can. We'll use a salvage yard unit that's got warranty from the salvage yard we're purchasing it from, and that will be the solution for this car. The little check balls in the oil squirters are the problem, near as we can tell, and I may pull a pan and pull them out of there and take a look, maybe look at some bearings once we get the engine out. But the engine will be required to go back for core, so it would be a good engine to keep and build and freshen up, but then you also run into the liability of I put that into somebody's car and there's some other issue, or one piece of debris gets missed on cleaning it and it causes the same problem again. Anyway, thanks for watching. Click like, subscribe, leave us a comment below. We'll be moving on to, I got a few cars to work on, so we got quite a few things to get done. I took the Corvette over to its garage where it's going to spend purgatory while the engine's getting built. That was cold today, but it is what it is. At least it's not in my way here now. You guys have a great day. We'll see you soon.